Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to PBTV. I'm Stu, and we're live on Facebook and YouTube as normal. Brought something new out again, just something a little bit different. We've seen something very, very similar to this before. The gas blowback version of the Umarex has been covered before, but a lot of people were asking, do they do other stuff? What other platforms do they do? So we've brought a similar platform out, but this is their answer to the AEG version of the 417. So if you do have any questions on this, or Umarex, or H&K in general, by all means drop your questions down below and we'll make sure that we answer them as quickly as possible. So we've brought this out because obviously gas blowback platforms are very much for a bit more regular, seasoned players, people with a little bit more experience, happy to do a lot more maintenance than an AEG needs. But if you do like the platform and you like the 417 or the HK brand, then this is definitely something to look for. It is very, very cool. A little bit different to a standard platform with the 762 magazine, but can still handle its own very, very well. So we'll go over a lot of its features, answer any questions that you have, and see what this thing is capable of. So as always, on the front it does have a 40mm counterclockwise thread, so you can put any of your accessories or anything like that that you want on there, whether it be a tracer unit, or a different flash hider or anything like that. Very, very versatile, but it does have the correct HK flash hider on there off the bat, which is a very, very cool little bird cage. Coming back just in front of the rail here is where the gas block sits, and on the left-hand side of that there is a sling point. Coming to the top, we do find the pin front sight that is fixed in place. There is no adjustment on that, and then we have the aperture rear sight found here that rotates and has different size aperture holes in it for different ranges. Most of the time, you're just going to leave it on the largest one because it's just easier to see through, and Airsoft isn't as pin accurate as a real 762. So then the front rail, as you can see with the 416 design, it is a little bit taller. So the rails are proprietary to the 416. There are other bits and bats that you can do with it, but the 416 rail is slightly taller and thicker than a standard M4 version. But you do have 20mm riz on the right, left, bottom and top, and you will find it is key slotted into the receiver there to make sure it sits perfectly in place, giving you an absolute mountain of space for accessories, grips, pec boxes, lasers, sights, absolutely everything. Coming back to the receiver, loads of space for optics, dot sights. You can put short dots on this. I think the 762 platform is designed around the DMR, so if you were going to put something magnified on this, a 1:4, anything like that, that would be totally fine. It is not locked to semi though, so for it to become an Airsoft DMR, you would have to do some bits to it. But it does have safe, semi, and full auto, and again the controls are right-handed dominant, so there is no selector on this side, it is just on the left-hand side. Up at the top we do have the charging handle. Bring that back and it comes all the way back, and you will find the rotary style hop unit in the center there. So it is a version 2 gearbox, but with it being 762, you will find that the hop is more in the center of the breech there, with the modded part of the gearbox at the front, because obviously the magazine is so much bigger, it needs a little bit of a spacer in the front. Speaking of the magazine, pop this out, and you will find the plastic 100 BB count polymer style magazine. So the rounds in there are just there for show, and you fill it with a speed loader at the top. So there's no window or anything in this, it's a speed loader, and you get 100 BBs in this mag. And again, that sort of dictates the sort of DMR single shot, nice stealthy platform. And with it being quite short, it is very, very maneuverable if you're low to the ground, cutting through bushes and trees and everything. It's much better than a big long meter long M16 or the longer variant of the 417. You will find as well that the rail at the back does dip down slightly when it comes to the charging handle. So when you do make a cheek weld on this, with the rail being slightly raised, people were asking on Friday about mesh masks and things like that. It's much easier on this one to get a good cheek weld on this, and eyes down an optic. To adjust the stock, it's down at the bottom here. So rather than it being up at the top, press it at the back, slide it, and you'll have plenty of space. The tube at the back, the stock tube itself, is much, much, much bigger than a standard M4. So the actual replacement stocks for this, you are pretty much stuck with this one, unfortunately, because they've gone for the 1-to-1. The actual stock tube is much, much bigger because obviously the real steel variant has a much, much bigger bolt. So it has a very, very large stock. That does have a positive. Obviously, it does mean you have a massive amount of extra battery space for stick batteries. And to get to your battery, you simply twist the back of the stock off, and it comes off, and you can get into the battery compartment, click it back on, rotate it round, and you're good to go. Very, very easy to do in-game, so if you've got spare batteries on you can just swap as you see fit, and you do have 2 sling points, top left and top right of the rear stock. Coming down to the grip, it is the standard HK style pistol grip. Very, very comfortable. It's been with us for a long, long time. It's a staple part of the HK brand, and they've just stuck with it because it is very, very good. Especially when you've got gloves on, this thing sticks like glue. It is very, very cool. Couple of other features. So when I did rack the bolt back, you will notice that the bolt does hide away, and then the bolt release on the left-hand side does a fully functioning forward. You will see HK markings on the right-hand side there, and HK417D on the left-hand side. So it is a fully licensed replica from H&K, and it is very, very cool. Had it on the range earlier. It is a bit heavy, so it is knocking on the door of about 3 kilos, and it is fully compressed. It's about 80 centimeters and goes up to about 88, 89 with the stock fully out. So it does work quite well with a various different amount of people. If you're quite small or a bit stockier, you'll be able to run this no problem. It does have it's not quite a tight bore, so it does have 6.05mm inner barrel, and it is 300mm in length on an inner barrel. So it is going to be nicely accurate, very, very consistent, and it comes out of the box about 290-ish FPS. So it's around that 1 joule mark. Wanting to be nice and spot on for indoor CQB, everything like that. And if you wanted to do DMR, you're gonna have to fettle around with it. But it is very, very cool. We thought we'd show this because we've shown all the gas platforms from H&K off. So we are now getting the AEG and the electric parts in now. So hopefully in the future we'll be showing off some more. We have G36s on the route. We have the MP7s on the route. So hopefully there'll be plenty more of this to come over the next few days. If there's anything you want us to look at, by all means drop us a quick message and we will definitely throw that to the top of the list. So, hope you've enjoyed that. It's been quick, but we just wanted to show the 417 off because they are very, very cool, and we hope that you get your hands on them soon. But if that's everything today, I'll be back again tomorrow about 4 PM, and we'll see you in a bit.